Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome, Fabricio. Prosus had a big year last year with a $13 billion IPO of an Indian food delivery company. You also have very, very big plans for this coming year as well, with a potential listing in India and the acquisition of Latin America's largest travel agency.
Yes.
So my first question to start us off is just tell us, what has been your first 6 months as CEO been like, and what's your vision for Prosus for the future?
Yes, we have a nice year, but look, we are just starting. I just started, really. I'm here in Europe for 6 months. I was a founder of a tech Brazilian company, but now I manage Prosus. We have $150 billion in China, India, Africa, Europe, Latin America. And it has been amazing because I've been able to meet entrepreneurs all around the world, to invest all around the world. We are super excited about India. We just did an IPO, as I said, a few months ago. 2 months ago. We are expecting more, around 5 IPOs in India in this year. We just did a 1.7 billion transaction in Latin America. I expect to do much more. I think the vision is Prosus really can invest. We are a reasonable size company. We have almost 20 billion in cash. We really can invest on AI, disruption, innovation, and I think the world really needs it right now. We are seeing hundreds of billions of investments in California, but we need to invest in India, we need to invest in Africa, we need to invest in Latin America. I will be a little polemic. I think even here in Europe, we really need to invest much more, be more aggressive, move faster. So you said we had a great year. I think we haven't even started. Look forward to the next 12 months.
Well, excellent. That's really excellent. And when you talk about investments and technology, you cannot talk about those two things without talking about AI. So AI, you have mentioned, can be a great equalizer. How is AI, in your opinion, redefining the rules of engagement within the global digital economy?
AI can be an amazing equalizer, or can make you 100 years behind, as what happened to many countries in the Industrial Revolution or the big navigations. That's the moment to take the decision if you want to lead on that or stay behind. So, to me, AI is unbelievably important. Some people say, maybe there is a bubble. Yes, there is some companies that are overvalued, but the impact about how it changes our life completely, not in 10 years, but maybe in 5 or 4 or 3, it's massive. And I think the Americans are doing very well, investing a lot in AI, but for sure the Europeans are not investing a lot. I'm CEO of a big European company. I had many meetings where people started saying, yeah, we have to see if we are going to train or use that here in Europe or in other place, because there is the regulations, the AI Act, there is everything. Look, Europeans lead the world in terms of innovation during the Industrial Revolution and during the ships and the maps and telescope and microscope and so many things. But right now, they are behind. We are behind. So what is my vision on AI? AI can be an amazing equalizer, specifically to countries, to more poor countries. For example, I was talking about India today morning. Yeah. It's critical to India and Latin America to have AI in education and AI in healthcare. It's critical to Europe to keep leading, investing substantially more and moving faster in AI. And I think we have to change our mindset from the mindset of, can we do it? Let's regulate for 3 years before start, to know that this is going to change the world as much as the smartphone or the internet or electricity. We have to move faster if you don't want to be behind. And I think that's the position of Prosus. Prosus can invest as a big tech company, but in Europe, India, Latin America, and that's what we are doing.
So you mentioned a lot about the regions and how your strategy is changing. Are there other distinctions you've noticed between the way AI can be leveraged, the rate of adoption in AI in certain countries or regions? You mentioned a little bit about that, but do you mind going deeper into those differences?
Yes, there is many people thinking lots of the AI is being developed in US and China on the LLMs. But the most important part is how you do applications over that. And each country has to think how you find solutions that makes your own country better. So what we are doing in Brazil is different than what we are doing in India. Europe should be investing much more in applications using AI, because it's going to change how all countries work and how segments work. I think what we are trying to do is that we are focused on these regions, not only in the valley, so we can spend much more time to empower local entrepreneurs to understand what are the amazing use cases we have there. A nice touch on that, we just published, I think 2 months ago, many use cases, like 7 or 8 use cases on how AI is disrupting today our companies in Brazil, in Europe, and India. So we are really sharing real data, numbers, KPIs about how our companies cannot survive anymore without AI today. So my tip for everyone is stop just after Davos on Friday, spend the whole Friday studying more how AI is going to change your company, your business, your career, because it will. If you don't know, you have a problem. And if you are in Europe, Africa, Latin America, and India, Prosus is investing a lot on that too, through education, investment in companies, and our own operations.
You also talked a lot about different regions and countries. It's hard to talk about those things without talking about regulation. Do you think regulation can be a big enabler for some of these countries as we look at technology changes like AI?
I think your question was a little funny. If regulation is a good enabler, look, AI has to be balanced to avoid increased inequalities. AI has to be well distributed. The problem that many countries are doing is try to regulate before you find something. It's difficult to regulate something that doesn't exist, because then you reduce substantially the chance of creating something. So I'm super pro-regulation when the market develops, and you need to use regulation to make sure that the result is more fair. But if you say, let's just start, first thing we are going to write, a good regulation, I think the chance you fail to lead the world is unbelievable high. So I don't think the regulation is the enabler. I think the regulation is, we have to have the conscience that we need to work with the government to make sure that the end result is good. But to start, we need to move faster, take more risk, invest more, empower people and train people. Empower people in the companies, not only in the countries, but in the companies to take risk on how to do that. And I think that's our job in Prosus, that's our job in Bloomberg, talking more about that. Because look, the media also likes to talk about, is the world is going to end next month because of AI? Look, if you stop everything, then you are going to let a few places, maybe the Valley, maybe 1 or 2 other countries, to define how the future is. I think the future is going to be more democratic and more equal if many more people can understand the impact of this technology. That's what we believe.
Excellent. Well, we're sitting here in Davos in January, the start of 2025. What AI opportunities specifically are you most excited about?
I'm unbelievably excited about AI is going to disrupt so many things, synthetic biology and space. And last week, today everyone is talking about how AI is going to have a ChatGPT moment of robotics. So probably robotics is going to change substantially this year. So we have many areas to grow a lot. What Prosus is more focused about is the impact of AI on e-commerce. I think we saw AI a lot in language, then in video, then in images and sound. We believe that this is a year to AI-rich e-commerce. We call it large commerce model, that meaning using data for 2 billion people to understand how we can offer better service to them and cheaper products and deliver products to better and products to them. So that's our biggest challenge today.